the long-awaited return of some hard-to-find JDM Megabass rods, some exclusive and new baits from Lucky Craft, and a Daiwa promotion you are not going to want to miss. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Depths, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard-to-find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com. Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the tackle to talk to on Instagram, being joined by my buddy Jeffrey the King. Jeff, happy Sunday morning to you, sir.
Look at you, man. You look good.
Thank you very much. Is it this really super dope Daiwa Sims, the Hookup Tackle collab?
Yeah, you keep wearing it. Seems like you might like it.
Today we're going to drop the details on this thing. But first, we're the Hookup Tackle USA. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle, where we highlight new product drops, important restocks, and deals apparently, and we drink the most delicious beer. Not just beer. Orion. From the beautiful island of Okinawa. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Jeff, happy Sunday. You thought I was going to offer you a beer, didn't you?
Maybe a little.
You're not going to disappoint me today.
Okay.
Okay? No, he doesn't get one. Yeah. Someday he's going to ask for one, and I'm going to say no.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be the day.
Hey, hands off my Orion.
Ooh.
Shall we talk about some tackle?
Maybe we should probably do that.
Let's jump in. So, I'm going to start with rods. Which is
so
not
this is the end of the video.
Which is not normal. But
quick.
I was super stoked to unbox this shipment, so I just don't want to wait to get to these guys. Okay, so a lot of questions have been asked about a few of these models over the last, probably 6, 8, 10 months, because we've been out of them for quite some time. So I'm really excited that we got some of these back. So I'm going to start right here with this guy. So this is the Megabass Cookai 710 Extra Heavy Casting. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with the Cookai is basically the Destroyer P5 saltwater line, right? They build them for fishing in the bay, for sea bass. They build them for fishing in the surf. So there's a couple different lines, but this particular rod right here, we love this rod. So this rod is designed as a swim bait rod. So a lot of you guys have been waiting for this. You just saw this and you're freaking out. If you guys haven't seen this or aren't familiar with it, this is going to be a rod that's basically rated up to 150 grams. Okay, so you're gonna basically be good up to about 5 ounces. Really, it's going to shine in that 2 to 4 ounce range. So I slides 185, any of the Gan Craft jointed claws, slide swimmer 175, your rats, your wake baits, all that kind of stuff. It's got an amazing feel to it. It's ultra light because it's the same, P5 build. It is also a 2-piece. So it comes apart in the middle. So you can travel with it, you can store it, you don't have to lug a big 8-footer around, and then it attaches back and you've got just this beautiful parabolic taper to this rod. So if you guys have been waiting on getting just a super sick P5 glide bait type rod, big hard bait rod, this is the one to get, whether you're fishing freshwater or salt. Okay, so there you go. While supplies last, the 710 Extra Heavy Casting Cookai back in stock from Megabass. We also got a huge shipment this week in these bad boys. So this is the Megabass Arms Super Ligera. Now we have Megabass build us a certain allotment of these things to bring them to you guys, just available for immediate purchase, right? So this is a custom rod program that Megabass does, where you can order rods in different customizations, from, you know, grips to colors to, you know, designs, all that stuff. We talk about them quite a bit on here. We go through and just kind of select our favorites, so they're available in a right hand and a left hand. We put dragons on all of ours on there, but a couple of key models returned that I wanted to let you guys know about. This is the ASL 611 3 power. So this is the 6'11" 3 power, just a beautiful, like, light crankbait rod. So Z-crank, small square bills, any of that kind of stuff, any of your shallow to 15-foot diver type stuff, a super sick rod for that. So these return. And then one that finally is back in, been almost a year since we've had these back. Took a long time for these to come in. And these are going to be available in some of the traditional colorways, as well as some of the new colorways. The arms spinning are back. So this is the 7003XS, so a true 3 power spinning. Now these aren't right and left hand, these are just one hand fits all. They're an ergonomic to either hand, so no matter which way you hold it, it's fine. This is basically like a lighter windbuster, is the easiest way to describe this rod. It has a very similar bend to a windbuster, but it's just a little bit lighter. So for 1/4 ounce stuff specifically, this rod is amazing. Again, there's going to be some different color variations on and options on there, so you can get different colorways. Of course, they're all going to have the dragons as well, and then just that beautiful, beautiful styling that you have there. So made in Japan, gorgeous rods, Megabass arms, Super Ligera, available now. And then while we're on Megabass rods, a rod that a lot of you guys love, the Megabass Triza. We did get a restock in a handful of models. Now, Triza is going to be a big problem production-wise for Megabass. So if you guys have been waiting on any specific models, a Geha, Dragoon, that kind of stuff, I don't have any great news for you. ETA is looking like end of the year. They're doing everything they can to produce as they can. So just, we'll come on and let you guys know as rods drop. Production is, it's almost reminiscent, Jeff, of like 2020, 2021, where, you know, things started to derail a little bit. Not sure exactly where the derailing is happening, but it's kind of industry wide. So I'm just going to let you guys know when things show up, and if you've been waiting on one, great, we have it. So Stimpolitis is back, Sparna is back, Habali is back, so that's the F0 spinning, really nice, beautiful. The stem is the F5 7-footer, and of course Triza are the 3-piece, just beautiful travel rods. So if you guys have been waiting on any Triza, those are back in certain models from Megabass. And then while we're on Megabass, a couple restocks to let you guys know about. Our best-selling SV3 color in both the Double Willow and in the Slow Roll is back. This is Pearl Shad. Now, this is a Japan-only color. It comes in a few times a year, so if you guys have been waiting on this, you can go ahead and scoop it up. In the US, they make a white python, a little bit more white and black. In Japan, they make this Pearl Shad, just a beautiful all-natural pearl color. So 3/8 ounce, half ounce, 5/8 ounce, all back in that guy. We also see a big return in Jacucho colors. So Jacucho pink in the Big M makes a big return in the 2.0, 4.0, and 7.5. This is a great one. It's got that chartreuse belly, that bright pink back. So just a really good color when you need just some pop. We also see a return in the Jacucho Shad. So again, Big M 2.0, 4.0, and 7.5. This is that beautiful kind of shiny shad that's fully transparent. So it's shiny when the light hits it, fully transparent when it's behind the light. So really great color. Those are both back. And then we see a full restock across the board in all soft plastic core colors and sizes. So anything from Dark Sleeper to Magdrafts, Spark Shads, Hazedongs, Okashiras, anything to go with them. Everything is back. So if there's something you guys have been waiting on, this is a great time to stock up just so that you're ready to go in early spring when you need these guys. Those are all back from Megabass. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to Lucky Craft really quick. A couple of new products and then a return of a couple of things that I haven't seen in quite some time. So let's just start right here. Let's start on a new product. So Lucky Craft has been working on a lot of new projects, okay? Everybody knows the LC 1.5 series, 2.5 series, right? They've been working on a lot of mods and a lot of kind of different takes on square bills to expand the offering out. And one bait that they've been working on for a long time that they finally are releasing, and I'm super excited about it, is this guy. This is the LC 1.5 WV. Okay, now this is going to be available in a regular and in a DRS. DRS is a deep rattling sound version, so it's going to have a one knock. Regular is going to be quiet, right? Now, the release today is only in one color in each one. So Pearl Threadfin Shad in the regular, BE Gill in the DRS. Now this was their first batch of actual production. They wanted to bring these to you guys and give you guys first shot at it. We expect to see these release closer to end of spring, early summer in a full range of colors. So for now, you guys get first crack. Let's take a look at the WV. So if you guys are Lucky Craft fans, Lucky Craft made a bait called the Clutch NV. And that was a bait, a small little bait that was only available to Lucky Craft web members. Okay, notice this lip is very unique. It's got this curved shape to it. What that's going to do is it's going to catch water and actually help lift the bait a little bit. So this is designed as a wake bait down to about 1 foot or so. Now you can really crank it down and get it down into like 2 feet. But really, if you hold the rod tip up, it's going to wake at the surface. If you hold the rod tip normal, it's going to be just a subsurface down to 1 foot. If you really dig the rod and crank hard, it can get down a couple feet. So this is a great option for skimming over grass, aquatic vegetation, just fishing higher in the column. It's going to extend your square bill just up higher and give you more water column to be able to fish. So super stoked to get those. You guys will be the first ones to get your hands on them. That's the brand new 1.5 WV from Lucky Craft. While they made those, they decided to remake a couple of baits that have been gone for a while that people have been asking for. Okay, so let's talk about that. One of those baits is this guy. This is the Lucky Craft Slim Shad D9. Now the D9 is a 2 3/4 inch, so 70 millimeter, 12 grams, so just under a ½ ounce. This was one of the most popular deeper diving, I would say like Stacy / shad baits for wintertime fishing that we ever had. It's a beautiful natural shad color. You can fish it like a crankbait, right? And it's gonna basically be like a 9-foot target depth. So if you go lighter line, you can get it down 10, 11, 12 feet. If you go heavier line, it's going to be a little bit higher in the column. It does have that weight transfer system, so you get the good castability, and the weight locks in the head, so it maintains kind of this head down, tail up, perfectly suspending posture. So it's just a great option when the fish get really keyed in on shad and you need something to really match the profile. This is a no-brainer to have in your arsenal. Now, I would love to see them bring this back into full production, but what we're doing is we will have them do special runs as they have little openings in production available, right? So for this one, they only had enough production time to make one color, so we had them do it in Ghost Minnow. So figured that was the color that everybody should have. So right now it's available in Ghost Minnow. Hopefully we'll see it trickle into some other ones, but great one to add. That is the Slim Shad D9 from Lucky Craft. We also had them remake a bait. This was the second JDM jerk bait that I bought. Okay, so first one, Pointer 100, right? At the same time the Pointer 100 was becoming popular, this was also becoming popular. This is the Lucky Craft Flash Minnow 80. Okay, so this is the Flash Minnow 80 SP. I'm gonna take it out so you can see it. This is a thinner, erratic, kind of higher in the column jerkbait. We used to just destroy smallmouth on this thing. It's got a very natural minnow shaped profile, as you can see. It's got the dual weight transfer system in it, so you're gonna get some knock and some fling and some castability. It is lighter than, you know, other baits, just to spec it out for you. It's 80 millimeters, 5.3 grams, so it's just under a quarter ounce. This is definitely like spinning rod territory is how we used to throw it. 5 pound, 6 pound, maybe 7 pound line. You can make a long whippy cast and just real erratic, similar to like a TD minnow. It's just gonna have a real erratic action to it, a great sound, and we had them do it in some really banger colors. So you can take a look. I think you guys are going to destroy them if you guys like throwing little jerk baits, especially for smallmouth. No reason a largemouth isn't going to crush this too, but we just have had so much success on smallies on this guy in colder water. That is the Flash Minnow 80 from Lucky Craft. Also, pond guys, they should just wreck on this. So if you guys are fishing urban or ponds or anything, you could definitely destroy them. That's something that would definitely be in your pond arsenal, Jeff. I could see.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So some great color options. I'm excited to get them. I don't know. I don't expect this to be a long-term thing. This is still a Japan-only offering. So I'm excited to get what we have. Hopefully, if the response is good, we'll see them back on a more regular basis. But for now, the Flash Minnow 80 is back from Lucky Craft. All right, and then while I was grabbing those Flash Minnows over there from Japan, I saw that they, fresh off the press, did a batch of the B-Freeze 65 SP. So, Jeff, you know, in Japan, they call the pointer minnow the B-Freeze. In the US, we call the B-Freeze the pointer minnow. No idea why we decided to change the name of that, but B-Freeze, pointer, same thing. In Japan, they just have different color runs of it, but they're going to perform the same. So we are able to snag some JDM only color offerings in the B-Freeze 65. These are some of our best selling colors. In fact, I'll take a couple of them out for you guys so you can see it. So if you guys are fans of small jerkbait, 65 millimeters, 5 grams, we sell gazillions of pointer 65s. I think it's the perfect kind of crossover bait for a guy who wants to downsize a small jerkbait on big water. Trout destroy this thing. Pond fishermen love this thing. So here you go. This is MS Impulse Shad. Okay, so just a great colorway, and every once in a while this color will trickle through also. Like I think we have some LCs in this color right now. It's just a great all-around color. So there's MS Impulse Shad. Here's a look at Sangetsu Wakasagi. This is one of my favorite Wakasagi colors, but I'm a sucker for clear. So if you guys like that transparent kind of pearlescent, this is kind of a no-brainer. This would be a great one as well to add to your collection. So there's that guy. All right, we also see it return in BH Brown Wakasagi. So, I'm sorry, MH Brown Wakasagi. So, this is just a great two-tone Wakasagi. You're going to get the flash and pearl on the bottom, and then you're going to get the clear back on the top. So, another just supernatural Wakasagi. And then finally, we see it in MS Japan Shad. Just another great magic scale offering. It's just super natural. It's going to work in any kind of water clarity. So we see a return on those. There's some other colors also, but those are the main ones that I wanted to remind you guys about. So take a look. B-Freeze 65 SP from Lucky Craft back in stock. And then while we're on Lucky Craft, we also see a restock for the first time in a long time on the LC 0.5 DD. Okay, so this is the go-to pond crankbait for me. I mean, anytime I'm fishing a pond, this is the one I'm doing. Works great in any water. It's just one of those beautiful downsize, 46 millimeters, 6 grams, so just under a quarter ounce. These are the 4 colors that they make it in: chartreuse shad, BE gill, ghost minnow, T.O. craw. So if you guys like small, deep diving crankbaits, this is a no-brainer option to add. So definitely scoop them up while they are back. Those return this week from Lucky Craft. While we're talking restocks, Jeff, we see a huge restock this week from Teckel in the Kicknocker, #1 selling topwater bait of last year. So most of the key colors, bone, black, all those return in the Kicknocker. Plus we see return of Saki Bomber and White Walker, our 2 custom colors that we make in both the Kicknocker and the Kicknocker Pup. So if you guys have been waiting for those to return, those are back. We should see another big shipment this spring come on our custom colors. We'll rendezvous up with Hideki in a couple weeks and we'll check out the status of those. But for now, while supplies last, those are back from Teckel. And it feels like each week for the last month, we've spoken something about Nishine, right? They've been doing some different drops, new bait drops, new colors. Well, they had a couple of Japan-only colors that they brought over in a couple of baits last week. And we got restock in another one of them. This is the Erie 115 in the sky blue color. So they did two colors. They did a black and a sky blue. In the 95, in the 115, they're also offering it in that sky blue color. So if you guys are looking for just something a little bit different, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get these on a regular basis. I doubt it, since it's kind of a Japan special run that they do, but it's a super dope color, so it might speak to you. Those are available while supplies last from Nishine. Now, speaking of JDM hard baits, Jeff, I know I give you a hard time about being a bug fisherman, right? So, was that a yawn?
You said something about bug baits and I just had to let one out.
Well, maybe the only thing more exciting than bug baits is eye motion baits.
Oh, I love those things.
Aren't those amazing?
The action on all of them have just been incredible throughout the years.
Yeah, so we refer to eye motion baits as baits that just don't do shit, because that's really how they're designed, right? So one of the crazier concepts to come from Japan that is just, it's highly effective. So the idea is that most baits are designed to have movement, right? Crankbait, jerk bait, glide bait,
and they get
like this if it's you, glide bait like this if it's me, right? Everything's designed to move. Eye motion is designed to mimic the real thing. When you look at a small bait fish, they basically move straight. They're not swimming like this. They're just kind of going like that, right? Very little movement. Their fins are microscopic and they're just barely moving and they just kind of go, right? All right. One of the challenges to eye motion baits is historically they're difficult to throw. Because they're lighter, they're smaller, right? So they don't cast great. So Attic, Japan, they make some great wake baits like the Annie, some other topwater baits. They have developed a new eye motion bait called the Attic Water Edge. Okay, now the Water Edge is a eye motion bait that is designed, here, take one out. So the Attic Water Edge is designed to be an easy casting eye motion bait. Okay, so most eye motion baits are tiny, more like spinning rod or almost bait finesse type size. This one is developed with a larger back section and specially designed to where it cuts through the air without hanging up and going. So you can throw this on full-size casting gear, you can throw it around heavy cover, you can throw it in places where maybe you wouldn't put a traditional little wussy eye motion bait, right? This is a man's eye motion bait, Jeff. Okay. Now, it's going to be a floater. It's built so that if you wanted to weight it to be a suspender or a slow sink, it's got a flat bottom so you can easily add weight strips to it to allow it to maintain its posture and same movement. So it's designed to tinker, even though I know none of you are going to tinker, right? You're going to use it as a floater. I get it. If you cast it and wind it, it is literally going to do nothing.
Whoa.
Which is what it is designed to do, right? So very exciting to watch, right? Come across the surface. Now, that's the intended use of this thing. Now, if you just can't bring yourself to do nothing, right? I love doing nothing, but usually I love doing nothing like on the couch.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
If I'm fishing, I feel like I got to do something.
Yep.
Right? If you work this thing with just small little twitches, it will pop under the surface, and as it floats, it has a real slight little shimmy. So you can pull it in, give it a little pop, and then it's going to just shimmy up. It's super, super natural. This isn't something that you're going to want to throw when they're just super juiced. This is something you're going to want to throw when they're not super juiced or they're super keyed in on prey and they know that your loud, moving, knocking thing is bullshit, right? This can give you another option. So it's available in a bunch of colors. I know it's not going to be all of your jam, right? And that's okay. But just to quote the package, it is unbelievably believable. Okay? So
A quote.
there you go. While supplies last, before Jeff buys all of his favorite eye motion bait. We should turn you into an eye motion fisherman now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
that's good. I
God.
can't wait to see the comments. Okay? The Attic Water Edge, available now.
I mean, technically, if you throw it like a donkey rig, but like 10 of them, I think you could draw some fish.
Yeah, I mean, at least 10 I think you'd need. It's a school of bait that don't do shit. Let's eat them, Bob. All right, while we are on baits that you like,
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about swim baits, because you
Okay.
still like swim baits a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? Okay. So you know this guy. We've
Yeah.
spoken about this. This is the Burikin swimmer from Owner Japan. This is our best-selling color. They make 8 or 9 colors, all good colors, but this is the Hio color that sells so good. We finally got them to make it in the full-size version. So up to now, it's only been available in the junior, which is a 4.4-inch size. Now you can get that same color in the Burikin Swimmer 5.4-inch size. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Burikin Swimmer, this is a great like Magdraft alternative. Not going to replace the Magdraft, right? But it's a different action. It's got a different head wobble. It's got a different tail kick. It's pretty heavy, so you can skip this. You can cast it. You can do a lot of different things with this. A lot of guys have been stoked to get these in. So there you go. If you've been wanting a more shad profile in the bigger size, now's the time. The 5.4 Burikin Swimmer is available now. And then let's just finish the Jeff combo for the week. Okay. So
I'm gonna assume this is gonna be like a deep crank or something.
you don't like beer,
Yeah.
but you like these. Why do you eye roll me?
Good.
You know what? Why don't you want to take this segment?
Why would I?
What do you mean? These are bugs. Oh, you're already eye motion or nothing?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I
I've
see.
gone all in.
Okay, well, you know, for all of your fans that followed you into the bug craze,
Yeah.
they still want to know about this.
Do they?
Okay. Our friends over at Nikko developed 3 new colors in our best-selling. Can you believe this is our best-selling Nikko bait?
Oh.
You believe it, because you're the one that talked me into bringing these, and then once I saw Jeff fish them, I knew we had to have them, right? So 3 new colors in the Helgramite. Okay. So what would you call that color if you had to pick?
Pink.
Nope. Pepper gum. Make sense now?
Okay.
Okay,
That
so-
sounds disgusting.
Pepper gum. That's option number 1.
Very natural, by the way, for
Okay.
a Helgramite.
Option number 2.
Another very natural
Yeah. Think of
Helgramite color.
another natural Helgramite. Yeah. This is when they're on the pepper milk.
Pepper
Color.
milk?
Yep. Pepper milk. Yep. And then this one
Finally.
is really
something.
speaking to you, Jeff.
Something.
Yeah. Dark passion.
Dark passion.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. 3 new colors in the Nikko Helgramite. Jeff, what's your preferred way of using these?
Normally, what I do is I
Look at how intensely Griff is watching you right now, by the way.
I Niko rig them and just crawl them around on the rock.
You Nikko rig them?
Yes. Neko. Niko.
Mhm.
Neko and Niko. I Neko the Niko.
Helgramite.
Helgramite.
Yeah.
And dude, I just smash the smallmouth on them.
Yeah.
They just destroy it in the springtime, and those things are crawling around. It's a big fish catcher, you know, especially pepper gum.
Yeah. Or pepper milk. I like pepper milk on an A-rig.
On an A-rig.
You would shit yourself if you were a fish and you saw a school of these motherfuckers swimming towards
Swimming
you.
full speed.
Wouldn't you? This would be like, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah, here we are.
Bugs are
It's
swimming.
the end. So there you guys go. If you are a bug fisherman, which a lot of you obviously are, you'll be excited for those. Those are available now from Nikko.
You're not going to sell a single pack of those.
Oh, those are gone. Sold out. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to Gan Craft for a second. and we'll talk about some larger baits.
Oh.
Okay, so the last couple weeks we've had some huge restocks of jointed claws, both in floating, and then last week we got the slow sinking ones in. So tons of colors. You guys are jointed claw fans. Great time to check it out. Something we haven't had in a really long time from Gan Craft were spare tails. Okay, so if you guys have been waiting on spare tails to come, those are finally back for the 178 size. That's the size that most of us all use. With any of these baits with the tails, the most important thing is that it's straight, right? So it's always nice to have a couple of tails with you in case you stored your bait funky and you get out to the lake and that tail's got a little bit of a whoopee to it somewhere. You can just swap a new tail on there. And then you can always fix this one later by boiling it, or sometimes just setting it in the sun. It'll flatten out, okay? So those are available. We also see 2 new colors in the Gan Craft Joicrawler 178. So this is one of our better selling crawlers. Basically took a jointed claw 178 and tweaked it and turned it into a crawler. So there's a blue back, and then there's this white back IU. I think this one is super sexy. This should just be a standard color and everything, I think. So if you guys like throwing crawlers, I know crawler fishermen seem to be split down the middle. Seems like half of the anglers are really into the crawler, and half the anglers think they're retarded. Right? So the thing with the crawler is they don't get bit everywhere.
No.
But when you get bit, it is one of the most explosive bites there is.
Yeah.
Right?
They smash it.
They do. So if you guys are fishing anywhere around aquatic, it seems like you need aquatic vegetation.
That's a big one.
Pond, like smaller bodies of water, it seems like they really destroy this. River systems, Griff destroys them in rivers. So
yeah,
there you go. A couple new colors in the Joicrawler are available now. And then we finally got back the Joicrawler spare wings. Okay, so one of the challenges to wings on these baits is if you get a giant or you throw it into something and you bend a wing or nick a wing or something like that, they can be difficult to tune back. Now you've got some spare wings available from Gan Craft. All right, Gan Craft released a soft plastic worm about a year ago called the Betty. It's a small little finesse kind of drop shot bait. You can Nikko rig it. You can do a lot of different things with it, right? Well, now they have a new 5.9 inch Betty size, and they release it in a bunch of new colors as well. So now they're just expanding the size, expanding the color line of the Betty. So if you guys are fans of, look, really Nikko rig, wacky rig, free rig is a really popular way to throw this thing. I'll take one out and I'll show it to you guys so you can see there's lots of different ways you can use this. But again, it's a worm. I mean, worms are one of those baits where it's hard to do a lot of different things with a worm, but this does have some uniqueness to it. So there are rigging holes, there are pilot holes, so you can be very precise on your rigging. So you can see places where if you're a Nikko rig it, you can go right through here. You've got some holes here that you can insert different nail weights. You've got the grooved back section, so this is going to allow some flexibility and movement to the bait as it's kicking. So as you move it, it's going to have a little bit of a different flare, even though it's a straight, basically spade tail worm. So if you guys are just looking for a different option, this is going to be more of a usable all-around size. 6-inch worm is pretty much the industry standard. So now you don't have to just have the small size in the Betty. You've got this guy. So the new Betty from Gan Craft, available now. All right, and then finally with Gan Craft, a huge restock across the board on one of our best-selling spinnerbaits. Or I should say best-selling spinnerbait lines in the shop, the Killer's Bait series. So these are available in a bunch of different things, and I'll stop and I'll take these out. But the Killer's Bait minis are back. The Killer's Bait overs are back, and the regular Killer's Baits are back. Plus there's some new colors in these. So let me show you guys the difference. I'm going to take one of each out here really quick. Let's start right here. Killer's Bait Mini. So it's been a while since we've spent much time on these guys. I want to make sure you guys remember. Now, one of the things that's great about Gan Craft's always been known as a big fish brand, right? They really target a lot of big fish. These spinnerbaits are built so incredibly well and durable and designed to handle abuse. Okay, so the wire is unique on purpose. It's designed to be able to handle some flexibility and some crushing and still be able to bend back and land the fish. So here's a look at the Killer's Bait Mini. You can see it's a super compact bait. These are available in a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, and like this is a 1/2 ounce. So you can see that tiny little thing's a 1/2 ounce, has a very unique blade combination. So it's a Colorado blade that's attached to a coffin blade. Okay, so it's super unique. You're gonna get a flash and a vibration that's totally unique to this bait. Those return. We also see the original Killer's Bait return. So this will be the full-size version of the bait that I just showed you. Okay, so same shape, same design, but just in a full size. Okay, so now you're back to a normal spinnerbait. You can see the Killer's Bait, and there's the Killer's Bait Mini. Okay, so very, very cool spinnerbaits, same blade design, same head design, same hook, same everything, just in a full size versus a mini. And then the Killer's Bait over, of course, this spinnerbait really, if you guys have it in your arsenal that you know that this is an important one to have, this is probably the spinnerbait to be throwing if you guys are fishing around super heavy cover, heavy line. If you're throwing, you know, I'd say 18, 20, 22 pound, you're trying to haul big fish out of heavy cover, this spinnerbait is built for it. Okay, it draws the big strike, it keeps them pinned, and it can handle all that weight and all that torque. So a ton of colors, a ton of sizes, 3/8, 1/2, 5/8, right? So those all return from Gan Craft, the Killer's Bait series of spinnerbaits. All right, let's jump over and talk tungsten really quick, Jeff. And then I'm going to talk about some specials we got going for Daiwa and Evergreen. Sound good?
Let's see what you got.
Let's start with Ryugi. So, do you use nail weights a lot?
Oh, tons of them, dude.
Okay. Why and what's the importance of a nail weight for you?
The nail weight, well, you know how I like to be able to tune my hard baits. I like getting floaters, and then Zappu makes those board weights. And so you can weight them to exactly how you want them, to different water temperatures.
Yep.
But you can't put those board weights on a soft bait. So what do you have to do? You use nail weights. Nail weights, you can start adding more weights to some baits to keep them further down. Or if you just want a little bit different sink rate, you can also just do that with the nail weights. And it's really, really crucial, for me at least.
Yeah. I was talking to Gilbert the other day, and we were having a nail weight conversation, and he was saying that he doesn't even remember the last time he's thrown a Citizen, a Battle Shad, any soft plastic bait and not been using nail weights.
Yeah.
He said it's so critical for him and how he likes to balance it and get different swims out of it, right? And it's the same, even if you guys aren't swimbait anglers, if you're a fluke fisherman, if you are a Senko fisherman, if you're a Nikko rig fisherman, like nail weights are such an easy thing to keep that can add a little bit of weight when needed to create different sink rates, different movements, that kind of stuff. Now, one of the challenges to nail weights is, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but back when I was young, like in 2010-ish, right? Okay, you guys need to relax. There was a brand called Lunker City, right? And they made like the original nail weight, and they were just lead, and they were like this long,
Monsters,
and you would break them into
they
pieces.
Huge.
They were huge, right? And that huge long one was like 1/16 of an ounce.
Yeah,
or something,
it was
right. But you could break them.
Yeah.
And then tungsten became a trend, and all of a sudden we started getting these nail weights that were small. One of the challenges to tungsten is that they didn't break.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
they're so hard, right?
Yeah.
So you didn't have the flexibility of just buying one pack of nail weights and cutting it down anything you wanted. You had to buy this weight and this weight and this weight and this weight. Well, Ryugi has solved the problem. Okay, I introduced to you the Ryugi adjustable nail weight. Okay, so this is a tungsten nail weight that is designed in segments so that you can break off any segment that you don't want. Okay, let me choose a larger size, and we'll see if we can actually see it on camera. Let's try this one. Comes in a little pill container.
That's cute.
Right? Yeah, almost looks like my COVID vaccine.
Yeah. Careful.
I'm not good at opening pill containers, as you can see. I'm an alcoholic, but not a druggie, Jeff. All right, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell this or not, but you can see there's basically 3 segments to it, okay? And each segment has a groove that's designed to break away from it. So if you use the full...
You know, if you could just hold it still, maybe we could see the grooves.
Oh, you want me to hold it still?
You
didn't pick that up?
Your finger fucking...
You should be on tracking.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, right. Just hold it still now.
Okay,
now you can talk about it, dude.
Okay. I feel like I have to talk really slow now so that you get it. So, what you're going to get is on each package, you're going to order them for the full size of the nail. So, for instance, this is a 0.6 gram, right? But then it's also going to give you the breakdown of each piece. So, each piece is 0.2 grams. Okay. Right? So you can get super scientific. They're basically just splitting it into thirds. So if you wanted a 0.4 gram, you can just cut that one piece off of there. See?
It breaks off that easy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're totally breakable. You don't need any special pieces or anything. They've got a breakaway built into the nail weight. So they're going to break the same as the lead broke. So it's a really cool thing where you can adjust it on the fly. You don't need to worry about having too many different sizes. So if you guys are nail weight guys, this is going to be like hallelujah for you. So those are available now. The new Adjust Nail from Ryugi, those are in stock. All right, and then when we're on tungsten, our friends at ValleyHill are now in the drop shot and free rig tungsten game. Okay, so I've been speaking with them for a while about getting into this. So let me separate this correctly so we can actually look at this. Here we go. All right, so 2 new tungsten sinkers. So the TG Sinker 18 series are available now. These are going to be your traditional kind of teardrop shape, clip-on, drop shot style tungsten weights, right? So obviously, just like everybody's claim to fame, super high-end swivels, right? Good snaps, good tungsten. It's tungsten teardrop drop shot sinker, right? So ton of sizes in there. So there you go. For you guys that love throwing those, that should be exciting. For me, since I mainly free rig, this one is more exciting for me. This is the TG Sinker 18. Now this is the fine tungsten weight, the drop shot slim. So in the slim version, you're gonna get this round eye, okay, that we're used to for using in free rig fishing. Now you can tie this on and drop shot with it as well. What makes this different than other ones, you're gonna notice it's kind of longer and thinner than say something like the Ryugi. So the Ryugi is more of like a triangular shape and it's a little more compact. The Zappu is really compact. This one is longer and thinner. So it's a different design. We're gonna all have to try it and see which one comes through cover better, which one comes through cover worse. But typically, the longer and thinner the weight, the more it comes up and over things like rocks, right? It has less of a tendency to jam and more of a tendency to have more weight to kind of lift up and over. So if you guys are free rigging and drop shotting around a bunch of rock, this should be a great one, if not the one, to add to your arsenal. Griff, I know you and I were talking about this earlier. You're excited about this design.
Yeah, the shape of it's pretty cool. We're always looking for something that doesn't get caught as much, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The Ryugi ones are amazing, but that one looks dope.
Yeah. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. And again, it's available in all the key sizes: 1/4 ounce, 3/16 ounce, 3/8, half. Right. So definitely take a look if you guys are doing any of those finesse techniques. ValleyHill is now in the tungsten weight game. All right, Jeff, a couple of restocks in Daiwa really quick, and I'm going to jump to some promotions. Okay, I want to cover this really quick. A reel that we've been getting a lot of questions on is finally starting to come back in. Now, we should see a pretty good supply of reels and rods starting to come through from Daiwa and Shimano. Now that the trade shows are starting, now that 2023 production is starting, we're going to start seeing a big increase. But if you guys have been waiting on the JDM Zillion T-Wing HD for you righties, I have good news for you.
Hey, yeah.
They are back. Yeah. Lefties, I got no love for
Classic.
you. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. So 7:1 gear ratio is back in this guy. We should see the 8:1s back here pretty shortly, but this is just an amazing all-around use reel. One of our favorites here in stores. If you've been waiting on that, those return. All right, if you're a lefty, I got something for you.
Oh,
although
okay.
maybe not what you were expecting.
Uh-oh.
Unless you're just a huge fan of bait finesse.
Oh.
Okay? Hey, don't look at me like that, bug eye motion guy. The Daiwa Silver Creek Air T-Wing Stream Custom is now available as a lefty. So we've only had these as righties up until now. Now you have a lefty version. This is just a beautiful bait finesse reel designed really specifically for small water stream style fishing. They've gone with that kind of throwback, just natural kind of nature look, right? That kind of olive green hit, the cork knobs, and it's just an effortless reel to toss around. So if you guys are looking for a reel that's beautiful and functional, it's got all the hyperdrive system, all the new stuff in it, that could be a great one. We have some righties in, now we have some lefties. Those are available now from Daiwa. All right, Jeff, let's talk about a special promotion that we are doing in collab with Daiwa. And this is gonna be while supplies last. So we'll run it while we have things to give away. Once we start running out of things to give away, we're gonna have to pull it down, okay? So we have collabed with Daiwa and Sims and Anetic to do some special one-off pieces that combine the best of the Daiwa logos, the best of the hookup logos, and create some special pieces for you guys that we are going to give away for free with Daiwa purchases, okay? So first, we're gonna talk about reels, okay? So if you guys are in the market for a Daiwa reel, it could be either the two we just talked about, it could be something like a Tatula, a Zillion, maybe it's a spinning reel, a Procyon, Exist. Maybe you're a swimbait guy and you're looking to pick up a great swimbait reel. You can do a Tatula 300, any reel, Steez, I don't care what it is. If you buy a Daiwa reel, you will be eligible to get our favorite fishing shirt. Okay, this is the Anetic Low Pro Tech Hoodie. This is going to be in a special collab. It's going to have a Daiwa hit on the front, the DVEC logo. It's going to have a cool Steez logo down the sleeve. It's going to have a hookup logo on the back. Okay, $70 value. We're going to give it to you for free. You guys are going to love this shirt, and this is the only way you're going to be able to pick them up. Okay, so these are going to be available in 4 different colorways. So this is the Phoenix. Okay, nice and bright. I couldn't see you wearing a color like this, Jeff. Okay, you're shaking your head. Maybe something like this, just a nice heathered natural color. So that could be another option. Maybe this is more my speed. A nice Bahama blue. Okay, again, you're gonna get the DVEC, you're gonna get the Steez, you're gonna get the hookup logo on the back. Or if you guys aren't fans of hoodies, we also did it in one non-hoodie. This is an alloy steel with the camo sleeves. You're still gonna get the Daiwa on the chest, the Steez on the sleeve, and the hookup in the back, but this will just be in a crew. Same shirt, just no hoodie. So any Daiwa reel qualifies for you. When you guys are in the cart, you'll see a little blurb towards the bottom that you can click and choose your size. There's sizes anywhere from small to 3XL, okay? So great time to pick up a reel. Those are available now. Now let's jump over to rods, okay? Because I want to do something special for rods as well. So any Daiwa rod other than Tatula Elites, they can't be on sale already, right? So this could be Rebellion, $199 rod. It could be BLX, $300. It could be one of my favorite rods, the Steez, right? So if you guys have been in the market for a Daiwa rod, all of these will qualify you for either one of those shirts that we just talked about or one of these one-of-a-kind Sims pieces that I'm going to show you. So for instance, this is the Santee flannel hoodie. This is like my absolute favorite new Sims piece that they've made over the last couple of years. It's just a super comfortable flannel that ends up having a hood as well. So if you want to be hooded up, you have it. If you don't, it just looks really cool. This is the white with navy. It's going to have a hookup embroidered logo on the sleeve. It's got the Daiwa logo on the chest. There's also a small Daiwa logo on the back. This would be option A. If you guys come into the shop, you guys see me in this a lot. This is the multicolor Santee flannel hoodie. So this is available also. So by the way, all of these are running right around $100, and we're gonna give them away for free with a rod purchase. Okay, so any of those rods, you get a free Santee flannel, or we did 2 jacket options. You could do a full zip vermilion hoodie. Okay, so if flannels aren't your jam, but you want literally one of the softest, most comfortable hoodies ever made, you've got the vermilion hoodie. This is the black color. It's got this cool like goldish brown. You've got the DVEC logo front and back, the hookup logo on the sleeve. Griff, you're wearing one right now.
Yeah.
Comfortable?
Fucking comfortable.
Yeah. So you guys will love this. Again, $100 value. We're gonna do for free. Or maybe you want this, just a nice, clean, soft, classic Challenger hoodie. It's that nice kind of carbon black look. And again, you've got the Daiwa hit on the front, Sims logo there, hookup logo there. So these are special collab pieces only available through this program. So if you are in the market for a Daiwa, this is the time to get it. All of these are free with a Daiwa purchase while supplies last. All right, Jeff, and finally, while we were talking about free, okay, last week we did maybe the greatest St. Croix rod deal ever. We built some JDM hide-up lucky boxes, and we gave them away with St. Croix rod purchase. It worked amazingly well. Thank you guys for the business. We're getting tons of DMs and emails. You guys stoked for the boxes and the new rods. We're gonna extend that deal. So we pulled the St. Croix rod deal down. We're gonna extend the deal this week to Evergreen rods. Okay, so if you guys are in the market for an Evergreen combat stick, tons of models from jerkbait rods, crankbait rods, jig and worm, spinning rods. There's all kinds of options there. So the only thing is it just has to be in stock, right? So if it's in stock, it qualifies. Purchase any Evergreen combat stick, they're $199 rod. We are gonna gift you a $200 JDM Hide Up Lucky box for free. Okay, so spend $200, you're gonna get the rod and a $200 box of plastics. And this is gonna be just an assortment of soft plastics from Hide Up. There's some swim baits in there, there's some creatures in there, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So $200 gets you an amazing rod and a $200 box of tackle for free. Again, while supplies last on that, those are available right now. All right, guys, that is a wrap for this week. Jeff, cheers.
You barely drank any of that.
Thank you for being a good sport. I don't know why I said that. You're a giant pain in the ass. You're already drunk. You yawned. You eye rolled at me this episode. You didn't even act excited when I showed you the pepper milk. I'm disappointed. But I'm stoked about the new stuff, about the deal. So if you guys have any questions on anything that we covered this week, drop it down below and I will definitely get to it. Jeff will leave links to the products and we'll put links to all the deals on the homepage as well so you guys can check those out. So on behalf of myself and Jeff and Griff and everybody here at the Hookup Tackle guys, thank you for giving us time on your Sunday morning. Happy Sunday to you guys. Thank you for the business. Thank you for the support. We will see you again next week. Cheers, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.